Candy Rock here with another stream. It is February 10th, 9:59 a.m. Central Standard Time for watching us live. Crypto market cap just barely holding above $1 trillion right now. Bitcoin down and sitting at 41.4%. You can see Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a decline here in the past 24 hours, sitting right now at 21,663, ETH at 1523, Binance Coin nearing $300, Cardano at 36 cents, Polygon or Matic at $1.28, Dogecoin at just hovering above 8.1 cents. Taking a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we can see we seem to be going in the red for the daily. We did have a candle that brought us up a few hundred points on the market opening, but it seems to me that there's still quite some sell pressure there. We could potentially be seeing some form of some sort of head and shoulders here, potentially speaking, if we come back up here, roughly right around there, and then ultimately go lower. Bitcoin not looking too hot overnight. We basically went as low as 21,500, especially here in the past hour or so. We've hit that bottom, so to speak. But is this bottom going to be short lived? Because as we can see, the bulls cannot get price action above 21.7. It seems to be. Again, looking at the hourly chart, we can see Bitcoin was just trading above 23K not too long ago. In the past day or two, we've seen quite the descent down to 21.5. And again, we'll see if that holds. Personally, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not too bullish. Um, dollar, the dollar index, the DXY, seems to have found some sort of support right around here at 103, 102.9. We'll see if the dollar continues to rip higher. If it does, we can expect stocks and crypto to get utterly smashed. If this continues on its downtrend, we can probably see the opposite, see a rally out of stocks and crypto. Dylan LeClaire points out nice liquidity gap under 22K for Bitcoin. Can see that there's not a decent amount of liquidity under 22K for Bitcoin till roughly a 21.5, 21,250. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now to Bitcoin. It's kind of bouncing off 21.5, so to speak. Again, we'll see if this holds. In other news, we have MasterCard launching Bitcoin and crypto rewards card over in Spain. So that's good to see. Down in Mississippi, the Senate passes a historic bill protecting Bitcoin mining. Shall be legal in the state of Mississippi to run a node for the purpose of home digital asset mining and operate a digital asset mining business. So good to see adoption here in the United States happening down in Mississippi. It's very pro Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin has a future, says the Speaker of the U.S. House. Political support is growing. Just in, America's oldest bank, BNY Mellon, Bitcoin and digital assets are here to stay, according to them. Clients are absolutely interested in these digital assets, and that's why we're going to continue offering crypto services to our retail investors. I was about to pay someone in the U.S. about $5,000 for some work. My friend introduced me to someone in Pakistan that was happy to do the job. And $1,000 I paid them in Bitcoin. This technology is putting people on the financial map. Incredible. Yeah, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin right now for that person in Pakistan. It gets them roughly zero point zero 0.05 sats, maybe more like 0.045, with Bitcoin being right around 21.5. But nonetheless, that is life changing wealth for someone in a different country. Reserve Bank of New York saying Bitcoin has no intrinsic value and its current value depends on the discounted value of its future price. Yeah, every asset is valued like that. It seems to be that we still have plenty of fudsters within the banks around the U.S. but don't buy their BS. Just in, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said on national TV, "Not your keys, not your coins." Hashtag Bitcoin. Crypto exchange Kraken has failed to comply with the summons and has not produced the books, records, papers, and other data demanded by the SEC. What does this entail exactly? Well, expect what happened to Kraken to happen to the rest. The SEC is here to try destroy crypto and help pave the way for CBDC. This is just the start. The good news is that crypto already won this battle. Crypto will absolutely crush CBDCs. More people will realize that crypto, by and large, is much more utilitarian, has much more use cases than the CBDC ever will. Kraken shuts crypto staking off and SEC settlement. I'm assuming that's what they meant this post because it's not very clear, but not so good that the SEC is going after crypto platforms for staking. Imagine selling your Bitcoins because Americans can't stake alts on Kraken or Coinbase now, but we'll just go to another exchange to stake them. TLDR, too long, didn't read. If you're American using Kraken, the SEC just kicked you off staking, and the IRS is asking you for your data to determine your correct federal income tax liability. Additional actions are coming from the SEC. Source claims exchanges and stablecoin issues will be getting Wells notice in the coming days and weeks, specifically mentioned Circle and Paxos. If you're unaware, Circle is behind the USDC stablecoin, and Paxos is behind the stablecoin that Binance uses, BUSD. So, and now the crypto wars have opened a front on Paxos, stablecoin issuer. Pax is reportedly being investigated by the New York Department of Financial Services. Paxos issues multiple stablecoins, notably Binance's BUSD and a gold-backed MPEG token called PaxG. It is not clear why Pax is under investigation, but SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has once said stable coins could be securities. Paxos claimed that the investigation is not interfering with its intentions to secure a national bank trust charter from regulators. So it's interesting to point out that they have pointed out that this latest investigation from the SEC is not dissuading them from intending to secure national bank trust charter from regulators. So it seems to be that everything seems to be going basically on track, but could this potentially be derailed with the latest investigation? Well, we have Coinbase stepping up, saying staking program is not affected by today's news pertaining to Kraken staking going down. Staking on Coinbase continues to be available, and staked assets continue to earn protocol rewards. What's clear from today's announcement is that Kraken was essentially offering a yield product. Coinbase's staking services are fundamentally different, not securities. For example, our customers' rewards depend on the rewards paid by the protocol and the commissions we disclose. Rules making clear these distinctions would provide real clarity to consumers, investors, and industry, according to Coinbase CLO, Paul Gruel. So good to see that someone's stepping up in the space, basically calling out the SEC for their BS that they're spewing. Argentina is looking to seek proof of solvency from cryptocurrency companies, according to Bloomberg. And right off that, we have Binance improving transparency, saying it's an ongoing effort. This new system of proof of reserves was ZK Snark is Vitalik Buterin via or suggestion. They implement it over Binance, and they will continue to keep building. Um, Good morning, Degens. Banning staking on exchanges going to force people to use DeFi for staking, as they should have been doing that from the start. Thanks, Mr. Burns Gensler. So all major exchanges in the US are going to be forced to stop staking Ethereum without the ability to actually unstake. What happens then? Are stakers essentially caught in a pickle or a rock in a hard place? Are they going to be punished for not being able to unstake their Ethereum? That is a great question. Adam Cochran says so. The SEC got buddy buddy with SBF and almost gave them an exception to offer more services in the U.S., but then goes after Kraken and Coinbase, the most two compliant U.S. exchanges for services that the SEC previously refused to provide guidance on. Gensler is not a regulator, he's an agent of an anti crypto agenda who only aims to wield his power as cudgel for those he doesn't agree with. So the big question then is, why didn't FTX get this treatment? Whose pocket is he in? P.S. If you live in the states, especially red states, please call your senator and Congress reps and ask them when there will be an investigation to Gensler's accommodation of FTX and his multi-year refusal to give guidance on crypto, forcing startups overseas. I think that is what's necessary. I think those of us who live in different states, in particular red states, need to call up your senator, your congressperson, and have them try to hold Gary Gensler, because it's important to point out that Gary Gensler was making all these exceptions for FTX, but on the other hand is screwing the crypto industry left and right, going after exchanges, whether it's Kraken, Coinbase, Binance, etc. Are they intentionally trying to destroy the crypto market here in the United States? It certainly looks like that. I'm not trying to cast FUD, but if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it probably is a duck. On the one hand, you have the SEC going after, of all things, staking services, and on the other hand, you have Three Arrows Capital Chaps officially launching their much vaunted claims exchange. Sometimes I really do wonder if we are living in a simulation. Trading inflationary bear markets is about patience, risk management, position sizing, and market timing. Never feel like you're underperforming if you're not adding enough negative beta exposure. High cash allocation will save you. It's only going to get harder and harder and more brutal. And if you can increase your family funds in this bear market, that is a bonus, but your main objective is to retain your funds so that you are liquid to buy the generational lows. If you have no funds, you will not be able to compound for the next 20 years. Super bull market will come in due time. Looks like a BlackBerry phone. Maybe we're entering the next stage of crypto. We still got some way to go. Here we have CoinKite announcing their newest and most advanced Bitcoin wallet, the Cold Card Q1. Here's some pictures of it. What do you guys think of it? Rather interesting. I'm kind of curious as to what this does essentially, whether it reads other people's devices. If you're sending Bitcoin, maybe just scan with that and someone else's cold card. Just a reminder that 201 Democrats listed below voted for a COVID vaccine mandate on legal international visitors yesterday. We are now the only country in the free world that has this xenophobic policy. Their mandate doesn't apply to legal immigrants who are apprehended and released into the United States. It's interesting to point out that a lot of these Democrats were hell bent on referring to Donald Trump as a xenophobe when he cut off travel from China right around the beginning of the pandemic. But now you know what? They're not so. Now they've swapped seats essentially. Democrats are saying, "Oh well, if you want to come to the United States, you better be up to date with your latest medical procedure. Otherwise, you can't enter our borders." Like, how insane is this policy, you guys? It really shows the virtue signaling that a lot of Democrats like to play. Oh yeah, we're so we're pro immigration, we're pro people coming into this country, but only if they have the medical procedures that we require them to. If not, they can F off, basically. In other news, we have President Biden, the IRS, going after restaurant workers, because supposedly every restaurant worker or server makes over 400K a year. So the details behind this: the IRS planning to target food servers' tips. Are they going to up the tax percentage that they take from servers tips and such. Great question. I'm not exactly sure, but this is a very worrying development considering a lot of the IRS's claims, along with the Biden administration, is that everything we're gonna do is only gonna affect people who make above 400K a year. I don't know anybody working in the food service industry that makes over 400K. So that's a load of horse shit. Over in China, thousands of elderly retirees staged a rally in Wuhan, China, to protest against the government cutting their medical benefits. What used to be 260 yuan per month is now under 100 yuan per month. Take a look. In comparison, here in the United States, many people will just accept this as reality and move on. They won't protest in any way, shape, or form. It's crazy to see that with all the draconian policies in place in China, with all the um, ways in which they clamp down on protesting and such, that so many people are willing to get up and risk their livelihoods, their well-being, to demand for their government to return back to 260 yuans per month regarding medical benefits. So good to see that the Chinese citizen, on average, is stepping up against this tyranny. Again, a contrast here in the West, especially in America, many people will not protest for such a thing. So good on the citizens over in China. That about does it for today's stream, you guys. Do you think we are bound to be heading lower here in the short term? Do you think stocks and crypto are going to rally? Personally, I think the cat's out of the bag at this point. I do think stocks and crypto are going to face a brutal downturn here headed into next week, but that's just my opinion. I am considered a bear at this point in time, but yeah, maybe I will be proven wrong yet again. But yeah, until then, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's stream. If you did, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. I will see you guys all Monday morning, 9:15, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Till then, please relax, take care, invest wisely, and have a great week.